Welcome to AMA Victoria. My name is Grant Forsyth. I'm the OIR advisor for doctors in training. We're going to go through a series of videos highlighting the changes that have been made to the new doctors in training agreement. We've made improvements to the rotation clause. There is now the requirement for a hospital to give at least a 24-hour break between the finish of one rotation and the start of another rotation. This clause will also require that the hospitals consult with each other in order to make sure that this transition is as smooth as possible. We have introduced a new dispute resolution clause. This is a significant change to the agreement, and it is a modernisation of the agreement. It now will make it much clearer and much simpler on how a doctor should go about raising an issue with their hospital, and make it easier for AMA to enforce the various clauses of this agreement. There's been a significant improvement to the parental leave clause. This clause has had a complete rewriting. There is no longer any gender bias in the clause. So what I mean by that is that you'll be classed as a primary carer or a secondary carer, and obviously this can apply to either the male or the female. The other significant change that we've made to this clause is it allows for a doctor who takes parental leave of longer than 3 months to be entitled to request their rollback at the hospital they were working at when they took the leave. So this is a significant improvement to the security of doctors in training and employment, because it allows for the primary caregiver to be able to access a job at the end of their parental leave period, just like any other employee in Australia, and it stops them having to compete for a job whilst having carer's responsibilities, which may see them not being treated as fairly as somebody who doesn't have those responsibilities. There is a new family violence leave clause included in this agreement that gives doctors access to leave separate from their personal leave or carers leave that they may have had to use in the past for them or a member of their family who is suffering from family violence. The conference leave clause has also been improved. Doctors will be able to apply for conference leave after the 31st of March as long as they give 3 months notice of attendance. The agreement now sets out that a doctor must be replaced when on annual leave, and it also makes it clear that it is not the doctor's responsibility once a leave has been approved to find replacements for either their shifts or any on-call work that they are scheduled to do during that time. This clause now makes it clear that it is a doctor's right to request leave at a time of their choosing, and it also sets out the process of doing so and the process that needs to be followed if for any reason the hospital declines that request. Personal leave has also been changed. Personal leave will now be able to be held over where a doctor takes parental leave. So if you have accrued personal leave before taking parental leave, that amount will be carried forward for up to 2 years. So that concludes the overview of the changes that were made to the agreement. We intend to do a series of videos that will go in more depth into some of the more important changes and give you an understanding of how significant these changes are and how they will impact you in your work. Thanks very much.